with wrapped Bitcoin being an ERC20, I presume the airdrop wrapped Bitcoin would be a pretty attractive store of value if it can be established in liquidity pair back to wrapped Bitcoin from Ethereum, or no? Does it not follow some of the same game theory as Hex?
So like there's these classes of fake DeFi coins. So like stable coins mostly and wrapped Bitcoin are counterparty risk. So if you wrap your Bitcoin, your counterparty is, I think, BitGo in the United States, and then you hope they let you unwrap it, and they could just choose not to. So you send them your Bitcoin, they issue you a wrapped Bitcoin token, and then you hope and pray that when you send them that wrapped Bitcoin token back, they'll actually give you your Bitcoin back. They don't have to. Like, they steal your money or have a technical failure. And it's the same for USDC and USDT, but it is not the same for wrapped Ethereum. Wrapped Ethereum is a contract with no admin keys. So when you wrap and unwrap your Ethereum, there's no counterparty risk. When you wrap your Bitcoin, there's counterparty risk. So, yeah.
What about from just a number go up perspective? Say I'm not a Bitcoin Maxi. I'm not interested in actually having the custody over the Bitcoin itself. Is there still, would PulseChain's airdropped PRC20 version of a wrapped Bitcoin still, in your opinion, present a better value proposition just if I'm doing some kind of trading maybe on a Bitcoin chart?
Well, it should be more volatile. I mean, it'll be cheaper to trade, and traders make money on volatility. So if you buy something as a trader and the price stays flat forever, you didn't make money. You lost money to fees and the bid-ask spread. So, traders, basically all traders lose money, but for the ones that pretend to make money, they need volatility to do that. So without price movement, you can't make or even attempt to make money as a trader.
Of course.
Unless you're a market maker or selling options. I mean, I could give you advanced derivative ways to profit, but as a normal trader that buys and sells, you need price movement. And so, if you want that extra volatility, you should be able to get it on the Pulse side for less fees, sure. And it'll be that way for everything. And you could do it with things that have less counterparty risk too.
Right.
Because
I was just curious if it did still follow that, or if maybe because of, like you were saying, with that counterparty risk with wrapped Bitcoin, I didn't know if maybe it broke.
Well, what you need,
sounds similar.
Your ability to profitably trade PRC20s on PulseChain is in proportion to how much liquidity is there for you to play on.
Right.
And so if people bridge in wrapped, it's funny, it's double wrapped. If people bridge in their wrapped Bitcoin,
right,
making it wrapped Bitcoin into the PulseChain network, and then use that to back the PRC20 free copy of the wrapped Bitcoin they got, then that would bond the two markets together by their liquidity, and then their price movements would go up and down together with each other. And then, once the market's settled and found probably a reasonable ratio, I think that's what's likely to happen. I think what's likely to happen is the PRC20 versus ERC20 pairs flop around for a bit and then kind of find a stable, less volatile area where they kind of live, and then people could trade in that area quite profitably, because it should be more volatile because there should be less liquidity than the main pair, unless they one day become the main pair, which probably take time. Could take a year or two. If there's some things that'll, for Hex, I wouldn't be surprised if PulseChain was the primary place you trade Hex pretty rapidly, but for other stuff, I don't know how long it'll take.
Yeah,
for coins that are priced out, for coins that can't function anymore.
Right. I would feel more comfortable experiencing it impermanent loss in a Hex ERC20 PRC20 pair than a wrapped Bitcoin.
Sure. Yeah, that's one of the cool things. Yeah, people don't realize you lose money on impermanent loss as a liquidity provider. And when you trade pairs that are highly volatile, your impermanent loss is higher. But if you trade two things that move around versus each other less, then you have less impermanent loss. So, I think ERC20, PRC20 pairs will be a cool place to try out being an LP, because if they find that stable ratio kind of zone that I'm kind of guessing will happen, then it just enhances your profitability, because you don't have any, you have less impermanent loss because the two things tend to go up and down with each other,
Yeah, sounds like superior money.
Well, yeah, I think world's largest free airdrop plus solves, like, literally that law that they had in the EU that they were going to pass just a couple days ago, that would have banned Ethereum too. But the difference is Ethereum has a roadmap to get to proof of stake, which is what they would have required. Like, they just require a roadmap. It would have been an instant ban. And Ethereum already has that roadmap to get to proof of stake, but Bitcoin doesn't. So, like, Bitcoin would have been much more harmed because Bitcoin's shown that they don't have the technical ability to make much upgrades, which is why they don't have any increases in throughput for years. There's not been any increase to Bitcoin throughput for like 3 or 4 years. Might be like more, might be like 5 years now. Why? It's because they suck. There's no reason. There's no other reason. They just suck. Ethereum's been doing improvements to their throughput all the time, constantly. Gas fee keeps going up, or rather the gas limit keeps going up, which is the same thing as a block size increase, which lets more transactions happen. And they've been doing it for a long time. And they've been getting higher throughput for a long time.